What is going on, guys? Deathrain here, and today I want to tell you guys my thoughts on the new spring update. I got a lot to say, so I prepared two gameplays. The one you're seeing right now is with the Bosk, and the second one will be with the Cog. Now this might already have some people going, Deathrain using the Bosk, say what? But that actually brings me to the first point I really want to go over, which is the new weapon balancing. All the Bosk is love, Bosk is life people will be happy to hear that Recon, not just Bosk, the entire Recon class is back and better than ever. In the right hands, the Jolt, Bosk, and Bramson are all very dangerous weapons. The new weapon balancing goes beyond just the Recon class too, which I think is fantastic because it brings to Modern Combat 5 what was seriously lacking before the update, which was gun variety. Before the update, as we all know, the Cog was used a lot because it was simply a class above the competition. Overall, in general gunfights, if you tried to attack a Cog user with any other weapon, besides maybe the PR-39, you were most likely going to get outgunned. With so many people using the Cog, I saw a lot of people be quite quick to say the Cog is overpowered, even though nobody really complained about it in the past. So I beg to differ. I actually think the other guns were simply underpowered. I mean, the times to kill on so many of the other guns were just so ridiculously slow that you would never even want to bring yourself to use the gun. So I think the new weapon balancing is a step in the right direction, because the overall times to kill of many weapons has been sped up, especially with the upgrades. So now if you want to mess around with the support LMGs or whip out the red, it's a lot more fun now to use different weapons than what's already been determined to be the best weapon. So overall, the main change of this update is the weapon balancing, and I think I like it. Some final notes I want to make about the weapon balancing from what I've noticed in the past day or two. Starting off, pistols. Pistols damage is back. Do not underestimate the M-Rager. It is a 2-shot kill, and it can be upgraded to have increased fire rate. Next, in general, watch out for recons at close range, because the Bosk and Bramson fully upgraded melt at close range, which is what it should be, to be honest. But yeah, especially with the extra mobility perk, and if you add Legion onto that, wow, they can strafe crazy fast, so just keep an eye out for that. If you're going against Recon users and not using Recon yourself, try to maintain some distance and watch your corners. Also, I'm predicting more snipers because the E24 upgrades look mighty nice. And finally, now this might be interesting to some of you, the Cog has been nerfed from what I've seen personally. It is no longer a 3-shot kill hipfire up close, so it cannot compete with Recon at close range hipfire, which I think is another nice touch to the weapon balancing. Okay, next up, and this is a nice segue, because you can see I got a combat pack at the end of this match. So I want to say that I like how the game now rewards you more for playing. As you can see, at the end of every match you can get packs, mod kits, these weapon XP mastery kits of various sizes, and my favorite, credits. When I first got the update, I had 117 credits, and you can see right on the screen right now, after a day and a half of playing, I have 185 credits. I get credits surprisingly often. I'm not sure if the better you do, the better the reward. I hope that's the case because that'd be really good for me. But okay, let's keep going. A lot to talk about. So the next big change from this update is skill-based matchmaking. So this definitely has some pros and cons, and I want to go over both the good and the bad. So let's start with the good. Now keep in mind this part is kind of subjective because I'm going to be speaking from my own unique perspective of the game. Overall, I like skill-based matchmaking. Long story short, I find it more satisfying now to win a public match than before with beginner players. I've always thought that competitive matches were the most exciting for me to test my skills. That's why I primarily played squad battles in the past. But now the new matchmaking brings a whole new arena of competitive matches, which I think is nice. Public matches have a more laid back vibe to it. Like right there, that lag in squad battles would usually have me like, oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. He didn't deserve that kill. Well, I actually killed the guy anyway. But you know, there's more on the line in squad battles. This is so important because, as we all know, in squad battles we have a strong desire to win, but this affects how we play. We've seen those matches where you just have an entire team camping in a corner, aiming down sight with a cog, or as soon as they have the lead, all the members quit except one who just hides. And then these tactics aren't, I wouldn't say cheap, but they're just not fun, you know? Also, squad battles can lead to drama, but no one really gets drama from team battles. These team battles let me do what I love to do best: rush around and just slay. So with the right lobby with pros, and I get a whole lot of them because of my rating and or league, yeah, team battles are a whole lot of fun. But notice that I said with the right lobby of pros it can be fun, but now you can see 2 players on the enemy team have resorted to the ever respectable heavy class. This now brings me to the downsides of skill-based matchmaking. Even though there's less on the line in public matches, people still want to win, and others care a lot about their league points. So a lot of people end up resorting to heavy. But hey, you can't control what they're going to do, so you just gotta do your best to outplay and outsmart them. So I want to go over a specific example right here. So the Ares guy I just killed, I see his body on the ground disappear and a new enemy shows up on the radar. I know that's Chapo, the Ares user, and he's invincible for 7 seconds. I wait it out, time it perfectly, pop out when the invincibility is gone, pick him off, and look at that, Chapo actually rage quits. He's done. But yeah, as the match wraps up, the last point I want to make is that I've noticed the spawns are more random now, which is nice that it prevents you from being spawn trapped too much, but just watch out because I'm noticing I'm being shot from behind off the spawn much more often than before. When it's all said and done, obviously the biggest thing Gameloft didn't do in this update is deal with the ever annoying heavy class, but my advice is don't let that be too frustrating. I actually quite enjoy sometimes outplaying and outmaneuvering these high league individuals who resort to heavy thinking that it'll save them, and I always smile knowing that I made them lose league points. Hopefully with this new matchmaking, the real pros will get the league points they deserve, and the high leagues won't be filled with pub stompers that have to resort to heavy the second skilled players come along. As always guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. Deathrain out.